What's going on, everybody? Hidden Knight, Hurla, Herobrand, Elijah, Shrimp King, Nagiri Toro. What is this game? Like you don't know. Come on now, Nagiri. Ahmed, Galaxy, what's going on, everybody? Gonna just do some public matches today. The oh, Rec, what up? The little bug with the XP is not as bad as we all think it is. It's bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some multiplayer runs anyway. I'm losing about 1 million per run, 1 million XP. But when you're getting 18 million or whatever, a mill's not that bad to lose, in my opinion. I mean, losing anything, of course, sucks balls, but what are you going to do? Mystic Cyber, Tom's here, Tabletop, Ender Boy, Rod, what's going on? Thanks there, Mystic, appreciate you. Anyway, we're on US West. Let's go ahead and get some maps running. I'm going to start off with a dungeon map, because, actually, let me look. Look at the mats real quick. I know I need a few more dungeon maps. Oh, I need a bunch more dungeon maps, actually, to get the next tier on my Flame Auras. You're losing 20 million? Well, it's... I don't know what the problem is, obviously, but it does seem to scale up depending on your Ancient Power. So with your Ancient Power being higher... But I did a before and after shot yesterday. I used Crumbled Bulwark, since it's the middle of the road XP map. It's not the lowest, but it's definitely not the highest. And it was 1.5 million less at 42 Ancient Power. So, to me, that doesn't seem that bad. Now, of course, once you add on the win streak bonuses and all that other stuff, all that compounds, you know. You were getting 42 million. Yeah, see, I've never seen numbers like that. But you're quite a bit higher in Ancient Power than I am. So, sucks to be you, Nagiri, but for me, it's not that bad. Sorry, man. I'm offline on Steam. Alright, let's see, I can change that. And I will hop into the Steam group chat, too, just to make it easier for anybody that doesn't want to fish through the war table here. Give me 1 sec. Paradox Weekend on Steam, huh? Wonder if there's anything good. Am I watching Primetime today? I probably will. I've never watched it before, Shrimp. This will be my first one. It was the best what? Rod, you have to be more specific. No personal attacks, please, there, Herobrine. Don't need that. Alright, let's start off with the Citadel. Got to have that Magus Quarters first thing in the afternoon. Been a sub since 500 subscribers. Nice. Well, thank you very much, Sir Mystic. Doug, what's going on? How are you today? I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, this 3 p.m. start versus that 1 p.m. start is so nice. I'm not like missing out. Oh crap, did I make it private? I made it private. Good lord. Such a derp. I'm not missing out on like 2 hours of sleep every day, where I was getting like 4 hours of sleep a day. This 6 hours of sleep a day thing, man, I can get used to that. That's good stuff. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I won't fail at some point today. Let's go back to the Citadel. We'll make it public this time. Need some of that coffee. Oh yeah, gotta have time for coffee. I'm addicted to it now. If I don't have coffee when I wake up, I'm in bad shape. When will I play DD2 on PS4? Well, hopefully you voted for PS4, Olga, because last I checked, PS4 was losing. I'm going to let that survey go for the rest of this week, but I'll be honest, I've already got the updates going on Xbox, because the Xbox is winning. Who is the best class for a new player? Probably the EV2. I would say the Dryad, but the thing with the Dryad is you have to play the Dryad actively. Let's get some snaky lasers, snaky beams. You're close to getting a lava boy. As far as what character is going to directly help your progression, the EV2 is like the easy answer to your woes when you hit Chaos 6. So if you're a new player coming through the game, the EV2 can be just extreme for you. What's going on, Fury? Alright, man, we got a lot of DU left. What else I got with me? Yep, I got weapon mans. I don't want to put any weapon mans down. Let's grab something else, though. Let's grab some PDTs. You can't switch shards mid-run. I haven't seen that. But to be honest with you, I haven't tried it there, Hidden Knight. I'll try it here when we get to like wave 3 or something. Try to swap those out for explosive poison or something like that. And I tell you, I've been missing my gun witch. Let's gun witch it up a little here. Get a little gun witchy. Yeah, when we get to like wave 3 or whatever, I'll check it. How do you change region? You go out to the title screen. You have to do it from the title screen and then hit options up in the top, or hit options and then top right, it'll show the region. I thought the PS4 was going to win the Geary. I really did. And, you know, to be honest with you, my PS4 account has got more heroes unlocked than my Xbox account, so I was kind of hoping it would win. Uh-oh. All froze up. What's up with that? There we go. I mean, I may end up adding in both. It depends on how long it's going to be till we get this new content, you know? If it's going to be another month, then I'll probably have time to do a few Xbox and a few PS4 streams. I'm at Chaos 7 on both accounts, but on the PS4 was my main account for a long time, so I have more heroes unlocked. There is no best hero, really, sis. It's all kind of personal opinion. You can make any hero that you want viable and capable of completing all the content in the game. Oh, it's not a matter of that, Doug. I can do the Chaos 7 maps. It's a matter of having the time to grind out all the gear. Wanted to rig the pole. The Xbox is actually more convenient for me because my wife uses the Xbox. So a lot of the stuff gets updated automatically because she's already online, you know, where the PS4 doesn't get turned on as often. I think the next game that I'm going to play for real on the PS4 will be the Division 2. I got real life friends that like the Division, and I'll probably end up playing a little Division 2. If they'll have me. After Division 1, I trolled them a little too much. The Dark Zone is meant for trolling. See, you're stuck at Chaos 4 at the moment? Just take a look at your builds, Logan. Chaos 4, to be honest with you, one of the most effective defenses you can do is just walls and spam flame auras. I mean, spam flame auras all the way up to the entrances. And Chaos 4 brings the Berserkers or Lady Orcs, and of course those can be a real pain in the butt. If you're stuck right on Chaos 4, though, you can do exclamation Chaos 4 in chat, and it'll kind of give you an overview of the Berserkers and stuff. This is Chaos 7. It's on US West. They random you out to switch over. The Division was really fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. The problem with the Division, the reason I stopped playing it is, like, I played it 100% for the Dark Zone. I mean, I played through the story stuff of it, but I was playing it for the Dark Zone, you know? And, it was just so full of glitches when I played it that, like, if you didn't glitch as well, you had no chance of being competitive. Yeah, there's split Vipers on there, Thermal. It's just, remember, snakes won't attack more than one target. Only one target can be targeted by a snake beam. So, split Vipers is not always going to have a target, you know? Well, I mean, I personally would get the EV2, but that's up to you, Black Fox. Whichever looks like the most fun. Yeah, I mean, that could be said about all aspects of the game. Shards are the first thing. Without shards, you just don't move onward. I mean, you can if you really want to challenge yourself, but step 1 is shards. Step 2 is mods. And then step 3 would be min-maxing. What are my favorite grind games? Well, I mean, DD2 is probably my favorite grind game. I haven't played a ton of grind games. I have played them, but I've played a lot of games that were like with Orcs Must Die 2, Orcs Must Die and Orcs Must Die 2, I focused on the high scores and trying to get on the leaderboards. So although I spent thousands of hours between the two games, it wasn't a grind for gear, you know? I personally play hero damage Hidden Knight, but ability power is actually stronger. Hero damage works, and hero damage is to me is the most fun. But if you're looking for numbers, ability power would be stronger. But that's just an example of you play the heroes how you want to play them, because you can make any build work on any hero. It's just a matter of getting it done. I'm gonna do a Sand Viper Spotlight. I thought I did. Did I not do one yet? Yeah, if I didn't do a Sand Viper Spotlight, I'll get started on one. I'm going with Poison Vipers, which is not the best way to do it, but I use them. It adds viability to use it in controlled burn lanes and Onslaught. But you definitely lose a little damage out by having the poison on there. But yeah, I'll see if I can't fine-tune those Vipers a little bit and do a Spotlight on them. The Gun Witch is actually really low for hero damage. If you go hero damage on the Gun Witch, the best thing to do is go with a Snipe build. But as far as just spamming left click, it's really, really low. It's not what it used to be. Like, if I was going to go hero damage on the Gun Witch, I would focus on hero damage, crit, and weak spots, and then I would make it a Snipe build. But that's personally, you know, that's me personally. You play it however you want to play it. You like that Lava Mancer, do you, Nagiri? The Lava Mancer, if you like it, it can be very fun. It's just a matter of enjoying that playstyle. To get the first egg symbol, well, you get a symbol at every ancient power level. I don't use boost stars very often, but if I would put... what, Deadly Strikes, boosted power, and destruction on it, probably. Yeah, I remember Black Fox. And now you're in Chaos 7, right? Oh crap, nobody upgraded the Obelisk, including me. So much for Obelisk buffs, huh? You don't like the royalty-free reggae there, Pandalicious? Nice, Black Fox. That's awesome. Well, it's always easier to solo than it is in a group. So that's where you would start, but that's great. Alright. What was that? Oh, I don't care. You can build if you want. It doesn't... I don't care. Do what you want. I think I'll use Sand Vipers all day today. That'll go well with a Sand Viper Hero Spotlight. Let's see. Let's grab some Sky Guards back. How we looking here? Alright. Let's just get the cheddar in. Spam up the flame arrows. It's so funny though, you look around at people that are like hating on bees and hating on weapon manufacturers and everything else. What are they using? Flame auras. It's been the meta build for what, over a year now. But I love me some auras, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Auras are good. Oh, did I get I never got an obelisk down. Go ahead and upgrade that bad boy right now. Alright, Tom. Well, thanks for swinging by. Have a good one. Good luck with your Equinox. I got Chroma. That should be... I got 3 that are going to be finished today. I got Chroma, Ember, and Volt are all going to be done today. I'll be able to get me another Mastery rank, get them Get those bad boys leveled up. I think that'll get me up to 18. Far from the 20 still, but you get in Chaos 5 Hidden Knight, you get 1 geode in wave 4 and 1 geode in wave 5. So build however you want. Like when I was in Chaos 5, I did poison dart towers and cannonballs. And then I would just, at the beginning of the wave, I would run out and kill the geode. Since, I mean, you know when they're coming, and you know there's only 1 per wave. So one in wave 4 and 1 in wave 5. And then, as long as you run out and kill them manually, then you don't have to worry about them. You can build whatever you want. No, you have to have a Steam account there, Black Fox. I don't know how much it's worth. I got it from a friend of mine. He charged me 100 platinum. A real life friend. So I'm not sure what the normal price would be. Same thing with Ember. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play Warframe on stream. No doubt about it. Yeah, you don't even need to now with the Piercer Servo. That's true. If you had Piercer on your PDTs and Cannonballs, completely ignore the geodes. Didn't think about that. Back when I was grinding Chaos 5, that was the only way I lost, was the geodes usually. And it was because forgetting about them. But we didn't have the mods back then, of course. Just log into your Steam account then, Black Fox. Volt was your first prime frame, very nice. It's worth 225 now. So you gave me a good deal then. I was surprised he charged me anything. It was a guy I used to work with at the casino, and he doesn't even play anymore. It's like, come on, dude, hook me up. You got all the stuff, you know it. You don't even play. He's like, nope, give me the platinum. Like I said, at least he cut me a deal, though. You know what happened yesterday is I had my sniper... Well, first off, my Windows update set my mouse DPI up to 16,000. And I usually play at 800. But secondly, I was doing a test build on a sniper rifle that was just bad. And I did it a couple more times solo yesterday and didn't have any problems. Yeah, that's the standard go-to for all defenses there, Black Fox. That's just what you use. Excalibur Prime. Excalibur, super fun. Nice. That's lucky there, Black Fox. I've gotten multiples before, but I've also opened just a ton of those things. Over the last, well, since shards have been a thing, I think I've easily spent like 100,000, at least 100,000 defender medals on shards, shard packs. Nah, Deadly Strikes isn't needed for bees. You can use it, but it's not needed. Bees have a very large natural range. All of the Dryad's defenses do. I just mean as a general go-to. You start off with defense rate, Deadly Strikes, and Destruction on every defense, and then change things out from there. But that's your starting point for every defense. But yeah, bees have a really large natural range. See, the thing with bees is there's travel time, so the larger the range, you can actually hurt the effectiveness. With slimes and with the Nimbus, it's a big, big deal. Bees travel a lot faster, so it's not as big of a deal. But the farther the range, the longer amount of travel time you're giving the bees before they get to a new target. So like say you got the range maxed out and you got bees right here to hit both lanes. What if a bee is over here and its next target is over here in this lane? It's got to travel all the way over there before it's doing any damage. I mean, it's only a second or two, but that's a second or two where it's not doing anything, you know? So that's why I personally keep my range smaller. In fact, on the Nimbus, it's one of the only defenses in the game that I don't use the range gambit on either. I don't go with deadly strikes or a range gambit, because those just move too slow. If you make the range big on them, it's fun and everything, don't get me wrong. But when you make the range really big on them, it can hurt it. Mystic or Barb? I would choose the Mystic, personally, as the Barb doesn't have anything to build, so it won't add anything to your, it won't add anything to your builds. Where the Mystic brings, in my opinion, one of the best walls in the game. It's over. And besides having one of the best walls in the games, the Sand Vipers are fun to use, and Obelisk is like a beast mode defense. Put it on your most used defense there, Seeds, is the best thing to do. So if your most used defense is Flame Auras, put it on that. If it's bees, put it on that. But whatever your most used defense is, for sure. Mass Destruction is mean, though. It is good stuff, for sure. I do occasional streams on the EU servers, too, there, Christian. You can switch servers. I mean, you get a little bit of a little latency, but I mean, you're not restricted on what servers to play on. You know, you can go wherever you want. Alright, what do we got? A little throne room action. Just stick with the same theory here. Let's go, we want the snakes. Is that too much? Snakes are cheap. They're 30 DU. Herobrine spammed cheddar over there, so I'm not going to bother. Cheddar cheese in it. It's alright. I love me some Weapon Mans too. Doesn't look like we've got any javelin throwers or hex throwers on either of those outside lanes. Let's see. What's going on there? The real Alice, how you doing? And that leaves 210 for 2 lanes over here. Oh, we got one of them covered. That's way too close, man. You're gonna just make siege rollers miserable to kill if you put them that close. If you're using Weapon Mans with the stun, you gotta put them back far enough to let stuff out. If not, a siege roller gets stuck and doesn't come out, and you have to sit there forever trying to kill it. Can I explain how the obelisk works? Yeah, the obelisk is, it's got 2 different attacks. It's got the regular map-wide, which is the smite damage at the bottom. If you look, it's doing 2.66 million smite damage at tier 1 here. The obelisk also gets an additional ability tied in with smite every time you upgrade it. So you always want to upgrade it at least once, as it's gonna then add in a hero buff, which is significant. Then the fire damage, where you see fire range, fire damage, and fire rate, that's only if you're playing actively. If you're playing actively on the Mystic and you're going to keep your appeasement full, then the Obelisk will turn into a snake. When do I think the next hero is coming out? Probably not anytime soon. It's usually, what, like 2 or 3 heroes a year? And we've gotten... Have we gotten only 1 this year, or have we gotten 2? We got the Barbarian. Can't remember if it was at the beginning of the year when the Adept came. I don't really remember, to be honest. So I should get on the correct monk, huh? This one's a boss lane too, but not till the end. Well, I'm glad you could make it as well there, Alice. I do appreciate you swinging by. For certain. We're supposed to get more info tomorrow. Trandy teased it on Twitter that there would be another devlog tomorrow. There's not going to be a dev stream, but there is going to be another devlog posted, which is good. And from the way the tease sounds, they're going to be talking about the changes to Ancient Power. Well, thanks there, Mason. I appreciate it. I hear you, Pandalicious. I really want the changes to Onslaught to come. Right now, I mean, other than doing like tutorials, there's just no reason for me to do Onslaught at all. Which leads to just the grind. I'm done with Ancient Power resets though. I don't even know what the changes are yet. But I'm not going to do anymore. It's just mind-numbing boring. I mean, I did get caught up on all the Netflix, you know? I watched, what did I watch? I watched all of the Arrow, all of the Flash, a whole bunch of movies. Can't really remember what else. But yeah, I got all caught up on the Netflix with the Ancient Power resets. Yeah, my highest is like 250 something. Their seeds. There's no... That's the thing with Onslaught is... In the current state of Onslaught... Now, they've already told us that it's going to be changing. There's going to be different mob schedules and stuff. But in the current state of Onslaught, the only thing that happens is the baddies get a little bit more health, and they do a little bit more damage every floor once you get up into the 60 and higher. So, I mean, theoretically, if you know how to build floor 57, then you know how to build floor 200. It's just a matter of spending the time to grind up to those numbers of floors. So, I mean, Onslaught is, it's a time grind. You know, if you want to grind out time and get your starting Ascension real high for Ancient Power resets, then you want to push, you know, you want to push Onslaught. Just where I went to, I mean, I don't even know, I don't remember what my starting Ascension is right now, but it's like in the 700s. So, I mean, my starting Ascension is higher than most people's. I would guess the majority of the player base is regular Ascension. So I've done my time. Onslaught needs more rewards. I mean, I would suggest everyone get to floor 114, because floor 114 gives you the fancy flares, you know? And you want to have, you know, you gotta look fancy. But there needs to be higher rewards to motivate people to push further. I mean, especially now that they know that people can go as high as they want, you know? Crappy. It's easy with everything, Pandalicious. Every single defense in the game, if it's modded correctly, it makes Onslaught just easy mode. It's because you have to unequip and re-equip Herobrine. It's a known bug with every mod. When you change a mod, the mod doesn't actually take effect until the piece of gear is unequipped and re-equipped. So if you replaced, you know, say you had Storm Servo on these snakes, and then I replaced it for something else, it would still have storm damage on them until I unequipped and re-equipped the mod. Besides even the Defender Pack seeds, it would be nice if there was more milestones to hit. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're to the point where you understand enough about the mechanics of the game, where you can get to floor 65 to do an Ancient Power reset, then there's no reason at all that you can't go to floor 114, because it's the exact same stuff the whole way. There's nothing new at all. No changes get introduced whatsoever. The only difference is mobs have slightly more health and hit slightly harder. But considering, like, my Nuke Monk here, well, first off, Marcos, we know, pushed all the way up to floor 999, which is the highest you can go, currently. Now, in the new system, nobody will be able to make it that high from what it sounds, but anyway, he pushed up the floor 999. Well, the screenshots of the bosses he had in the 900s, my Nuke Monk hits more than that on one shot. So, I mean, with a proper build, and it looks like it did. Sorry about that all. I get some major packet loss in the area where I live due to just the crap infrastructure. But it looks like it caught back up. It's the same as every stream, it's nothing new. I get packet loss, we all know it. Sucks, but until I move, there's no possible way for me to fix it. I live in a town that's got a 1950s infrastructure. Let's see. Weapon manufacturer spam everywhere. I'll start a new group on the next one, let some new people in. Anybody else wants to join, make sure you hop over to US West. So, go out to the title screen, hit options, and then manually select US West. Alright, that's more than sufficient. I forgot the obelisk though. Let's get an obelisk down. Nice, Central. Got to get you them final form flares. Now, my new stream schedule is posted. I'm only streaming one time a day right now. Now, I will do some unannounced ninja streams. They'll probably always be on Twitch. And, but my new stream schedule is up for the autumn and winter. Gonna allow me to get a little more edited content done. When school is in session and when the autumn is here, my stream VODs, nobody watches them. They'll watch a edited video, but people don't like watching stream VODs, and that's understandable. I mean, unless I'm just going back to look at something, I don't watch very many stream VODs either. Thanks there, Crowin. Appreciate it. I'm the only Pacific time streamer. You'd think there'd be a lot because of California. It wasn't that long ago there, Seats. Definitely wasn't that long ago. I liked it. I liked the crits. You know, I mean, I realize it was completely blown out, but now it's the opposite. You know, now crit builds kind of stink compared to just raw power builds. So, I mean, all it was one flip-flop. You know, I don't use crit on very many defenses at all. Like the obelisk is one of the few. You see, I got my crit chance up to 53% and crit damage to 77, but it's because of that smite. I want that smite critting like a truck. It was just before that, Mason. You didn't miss it for very long. Oh, it's only going to get easier from there, Nikon. Once you do it your first time, it'll be really, really easy. It's just, you know, Lightrayne always calls it rock, paper, scissors. And people hear me refer to that all the time because it's so true. It's just a matter of, you've got this enemy or this mutator on this lane, well, build these defenses. You got this enemy on this lane, build these defenses. I doubt there will, Central. There hasn't been any discussion about tower skins for ages. I mean, I'd love to see it. Cannonballs. I mean, you could pirate up some cannonball towers and make them look awesome. No, I can't right now, Rod. You can look at my Hero Spotlights playlist, and it will show you all the heroes in the game, and not all of the defenses, but the most commonly used defenses are all completely broken down there. Yeah, I saw those parrot wings. I think the way they're talking, the parrot wings are going to be exclusive to the RPG team only. They've already said there won't ever be mods here, bro. Mods are what broke Dungeon Defenders. They're not going to allow it to happen to DD2 as well. How to match classes on the game. I'm not really understanding your question, but basically for what hero you play, look through the heroes, pick who looks like they're the most fun, and play them. You don't have to play any specific heroes. Nah, there's not Chaos 8 maps. There's not Chaos 8 maps coming either. Not in the near future. I'm sure eventually there will be. I guess it's planned to have the Chaos tiers, well, the old plan anyway, which I'm sure has changed, but the old plan was to have the Chaos tiers go up to Chaos 10. Ooh, these guys made a push. His weapon mains didn't do nothing. Well, you see there's gender-swapped heroes, which are kind of duplicates. Why did my ping not work? What's going on there, Twinkie? I mean, you can count the gender-swapped heroes as their own, but the gender-swapped heroes are not, they're basically a duplicate of another. In some cases in a good way, and in some cases in a bad way. Defense limit reached. Alright, fair enough. For me, personally, I probably have the least amount of fun playing the Lavamancer, in my opinion. There is no best, Rod. Focus on whoever looks like fun. Best is not good. Lava Guardians are easy to deal with. The deal with Lava Guardians is they just have more health. Alright, Galaxy, take it easy. Thanks for swinging by, man. Have a great afternoon. I mean, if you haven't even started playing the game yet, Rod, I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't worry in any fashion about other heroes. Because you can make it through the entire game with the original 4. So you can get all the way to the start of endgame content with the original 4 heroes that you get for free. So don't worry about heroes. You know? I mean, if you haven't played the game yet, see if you even like it first. Is the best bet. Alright, I'll actually loot the chest this time. Why not, huh? The EV2, but the reason is because it's my personal favorite. I always say that. It's my favorite hero, so I personally would do the EV2. I suggest you pick your favorite hero and do the same, would be my suggestion. Alright, head on out to town, get a fresh group made here. I've gotten all of the hero mods from floor 80 plus at Central. There's Twinkie. What's Twinkie selling? Twinkie ain't selling nothing? What? Nobody's selling anything, huh? There's Pandalicious right there. Pandalicious is selling some stuff. Quintuples and triples. Check out the last two down here. Nothing for interest really. I don't have any space. If I had more space, I'd blow out my moats and stuff. Just play the game, Rod. It's a tutorial that takes you through it. I'm not gonna spoil the whole storyline and everything for you. Download the game and play it. You'll start off with 4 heroes. By the end of your first hour playing, you'll have 4 heroes. Yeah, school just started. Grind on the weekends, hidden night. Alright. Let's see. We've done Catacombs and Citadel. We haven't done the Bulwark yet. Start off there. So on US West, feel free to hop in and join me. You can join me through the Steam group or from the War Table. My EV2 build is a lazy EV2 build. It's hero damage, so it's very boring to watch. I'd love to play the EV2. How do you counter Bullet Sponge? Any non-projectile defense. And some projectile defenses even work, like Poison Dart Towers, for example. Basically, with Bullet Sponge, any non-projectile attack removes Bullet Sponge from the enemies. So you could have an aura sitting there that'll clean the Bullet Sponge off. When poison ticks from a PDT, it'll take the poison off. Bullet Sponge is easy mode. Piercer Servo works on it. So if you got Piercer Servo for the Geo, just completely ignore Bullet Sponge. Just a non-issue, you know? Let's see, let's throw that down there. Get a little snaky. I'm not sure, David. We'll have to see. Trendy doesn't have a history of that, though. Usually the people who have embraced the game's systems have not been rewarded for that. It's one thing that I wish Trendy would change. People that have said, okay, this is the game, I'm going to play it, and have gone with it, don't get rewarded. The people who say, I'm going to play your game, but I'm not going to play the game that you're offering. I'm going to make up my own minigame. Those people get rewarded. And to me, that's just irritating as hell. Trendy, you'd think Trendy would want to support the people that are embracing the current game that they're offering. But they don't have a history of rewarding those folks, unfortunately. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Winter GD. Let's see, let's just spam it. I think that's good. Did I get stuff down below? This map is just so DU efficient. So I can throw another one up front for no real apparent reason. We'll just spawn camp all the entrances. There we go. The map has been spammed. Alright, somebody asked for... Oop, too late. I'll switch to the EV next wave. How much DPS do the Sand Vipers do? Not very much. They're set up for poison, Mason. So I use them on controlled burn lanes usually. They're doing about 500,000, I want to say. I bet there'll be some variation of skeleton skins for Halloween there, Quentin. Yep, I would agree with you 100% there, David. Right now that's why I'm not playing Onslaught. Like I said, other than doing tutorials, I've got no reason to play it. First off, we already know that you're going to be, like, floor 100 is going to have, like, a floor 50, say. I don't know the real number, I'm just guessing. But it's going to have, like, a floor 50 equivalent. So as far as just numbers go, you're going to be set back to the equivalent floor. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Fabio. I do appreciate you. So that alone is your progress today, as far as just the floor number, is going to be split in half. So there's 50% of your time wasted. Now, in addition to that, right now, Onslaught is 3 map floors. So your time is going to get divided by 3. So pushing Onslaught right now, in my opinion, is a waste of time. Now, if you want to do it and you're having fun, then you're being rewarded because you're having a good time. But as far as statistically and account progression, you're not getting rewarded very much by pushing Onslaught floors right now. what to see. They still haven't told us the exact numbers of where we'd start, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, I know a lot of people got pissed off at it that their highest floor would go back down, but it's based off of the difficulty of that floor. If the difficulty of floor 200 is now floor 80, then that's the difficulty of floor 80. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I guess, to me. I know to other people it is, but to me it's not that big of a deal. It won't be a direct comparison, Dole, but I'm sure you will. If you've pushed to floor, say you've pushed to floor 200, and floor 200's new equivalent is floor 90, and there's a flare available for floor 90, I would think that you'd get it. But, I mean, we don't know that. That's me guessing. That's me thinking in my head that would be the right thing to do. But, say you push to floor 250, and it's the equivalent of floor 110, and there's a flare available at floor 120, you're not going to get it, because you haven't done that difficulty yet. Even though in number you've done a higher floor, you haven't done that actual difficulty. All YouTube streams I keep to 2 hours or less. They're seeds. YouTube has a problem processing streams over... Once you hit the 2 hour mark, things get really crappy with it. So I always try to keep streams to 2 hours or less on YouTube. And we're coming up on an hour now, so less than an hour. Oh, I forgot. You gotta remind me on a break there, Twinkie. Is he set up? No, he's not even set up. The EV2's not set up far enough. I mean, I'll play him anyway, but I'm gonna get one shot by assassins. I can still kill bosses. Even with this subpar gear. Man, I gotta work on him. And here just earlier today I started working on setting up a Mystic. I didn't realize I never leveled my EV2 stuff back up. That material grind is real, you know? Well, as far as by health, Elijah, I think it would be Tuskar. But I'm not positive on that. Ogres, you'd think, would get the most health overall, but they actually don't. You want to get as close to 250 as possible, Central. So 180 is going to leave you with a big grind after Ancient Power. But the closer to 250, the better. I mean, I would say at an absolute minimum, you want to get to like maybe 230 or 240. Minimum Ascension. Yeah, I'm not sure how this song made it onto a reggae playlist, but it's easy enough to listen to, you know? It's impossible to say, Lime Green. We don't know if that would be a good use of your time or not. I would say if you're enjoying it, then do it. If you're not enjoying it, then don't. What I'm saying, for you guys talking about any new rewards that could potentially get added in, they'll be based off of the new difficulty, not the old difficulty. So if the new difficulty says your highest floor is floor 80, and the new reward says the reward comes at floor 90, even if you've done floor 90 before, you're not going to get it until you do that actual difficulty, is the deal. That's what I'm saying. Now, will you get stuff if you passed it already? Well, you should, in theory, but whether or not you will, who knows? The highest is floor 999, Michael. Only one person's made it. That's an absurd grind. But you gotta have the time to get to 999, no doubt about it. Freeing up some bag space helped out. I haven't checked my inventory this whole stream so far. That's nice. I freed up bag space, and of course we're getting less items dropping with all the guaranteed legendaries. I've got all of them and several duplicates. I've probably sold, I don't know, I've sold at least like 10 of them probably. I don't have very good rolls on them. I don't want any of them. I don't have any, I never got a good roll on any of them. Which now they're going to be farmable. Just go up 10 floors, you're going to get another one. So, and they're going to roll with higher, you know, higher base stats or higher mod rolls. So it'll be nice. I'll be replacing some out for sure. Come on, there's got to be one green in here somewhere, right? That focus power is debatable on keeping just because it's such a strong strong mod. But it's out of there. It doesn't meet the cut. Let's see. That's what, for me personally, it would be some huge quality of life if they added in a filter for, you know, organized by mod quality or whatever filter for that bag. I think that would be awesome. So like if you got a dump bag like this that you're just throwing stuff into, you could easily go through and identify any quality mods. Or yeah, exactly what Pandalicious just said. Yeah, Chaos 8 amps are rare for sure. They're seeds. Oh. Swamp AP. It's not, I'm not really looking for a swap mod, but it's still a good mod. I'll keep it. It's a quality mod there. Well, out of all those mods, one decent one. Alright. Let's see. Where are you, Skyguard Towers? Put a Skyguard there. And say a Skyguard there for some multi-lane coverage. That would be cool too, David, if they, you know, if there's some kind of a highlight on a green mod. Yeah, I've accidentally sold some greens too. I made 2 major screw-ups. I sold a green mod before. And in addition to that, I was doing a hero spotlight on bees, actually, and I accidentally sacrificed a storm damage mod. I wanted to put a storm damage mod on it for comparison, and I ended up putting a perfect storm damage mod on it. So I ended up sacrificing the other mods on that relic, because I didn't actually want storm damage on my bees. I was just doing it just for testing purposes. But that's the 2 big faux pas that I've made. What's the average time spent on getting Chaos 1 to Chaos 7? I don't know an average currently, but I would guess for a brand new player it would be probably like maybe 10 hours, 20 hours, something like that. It doesn't take very long to get to Chaos 7. Once you've completed the campaign, of course. Let's see, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna grab my gun witch back. I likes the gun witch. The average spent, I mean, you don't have to spend anything. I mean, you're going to progress faster if you do spend an upgrade, but you don't have to spend anything. So, I mean, you can keep all your gold. That's actually probably the smartest thing to do, is not spend any of that gold upgrading and keep it all. That way, when you get to Chaos 7, you got some gold built up to spend on your good items, you know? Well, it's same thing with resetting. If you're resetting, then it's all about gilding shards. Get yourself a set of gilded shards for your common defenses you're going to use, and don't spend any gold either. When I went through my grind, I upgraded 1 relic up to Chaos 7, so that cost me every reset upgrading that. But that's the only spending I did, really. I saved everything else. I actually gained, I want to say, about 80 million gold out of doing the Ancient Power resets. This is the Gun Witch, Elijah. It's a crazy fun hero. This one's set up for huge Ice Needle damage. I think the biggest Ice Needle crit I've gotten so far is like 140 million. I mean, that's the thing too. When you're early on, don't sweat the gold as much. As although it's nice to have when you get to Chaos 7, you're going to be earning way more in Chaos 7 than you were in, say, Chaos 3 or whatever. Oh, that's the struggle we've all had there, Central. Defense rate is like that. It's like finding a unicorn. And the thing that sucks about that is you need like 20 unicorns, you know? I agree, Panda. It was very fun and relaxing at first. As soon as you turn your AP resets into either a huge AFK grind or staring at the clock trying to get them done in the fastest amount of hours. My quickest one has been about 4.5 hours. I want to say about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Once you start doing that, either staring at the clock or AFK grinding, that's when it gets just really boring. But prior to that, it was fun. Well, if you're in Chaos 7, keep grinding Chaos 7, maybe. Get yourself a couple of 100 Chaos 7 wins under your belt, and then you should have a nice variety of gear and mods and everything else. Nah, I hold on to all my rare stuff. I haven't sold anything rare. I've got every pet in the game except one. There's a tester pet from several years ago that I don't have. But I've got everything else in the game. I mean, if you just made it to Chaos 7, what I mean by that is, say you've got 10 Chaos 7 wins, that would qualify you as just making it to Chaos 7 still. You want to get that number into triple digits. I mean, it's a free-to-grind game. You know, it's all about grinding. The more maps you do, the better off you're going to be. There is no skill level in DD2. It's 100% all about learning the mobs and learning the defenses and grinding out the shards and mods and gear. There's zero skill required, only time. So, I mean, nobody's bad at DD2. They've just got bad gear. It depends on what your goal is there, Black Fox. See, people always, and it's human nature. Someone starts the game, they're going up through the Chaos ranks, say they're at Chaos 3. Well, they want to maximize their Chaos 3 stuff. And it's just straight up not required. Uh-oh. Now, if you want to do it, and that's what's fun for you, then by all means do it. But just realize that you don't have to, you know? Ignoring the bosses. It's alright. Easy fix. Did my obelisk disappear? Where did I put the obelisk? Or it's over there. But yeah, anyway, I mean, we all want to have the best stuff. But the best stuff doesn't come until Chaos 7. So, like, if you want to get to end game, then all you're doing is you're loading one hero to get a big champion score to open up the next Chaos tier. And that's all you really should focus on. You know, if you focus trying to make the perfect Gun Witch or the perfect Barbarian or the perfect EV2 when you haven't made it to end game yet, you're going to have to do all that over again. Either that or farm up the crafting materials to upgrade it. So, really, you shouldn't, in my opinion, you really shouldn't focus on any sort of min-maxing or effectiveness until you got to Chaos 7. The only thing that's required to get to Chaos 7 is shards. If you have good shards, you can do Chaos 7 and Chaos 5 gear. It happens all the time. You know, back before they changed to the current system. Jozo, thank you so much. I do appreciate it a ton. See how long it takes Stream Elements to put up a notification. Lingering Hellfire is actually a pretty big damage drop. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? There it is. Jozo, thanks again, man. I do appreciate you an absolute ton. Give me them legendaries. Make them spray. That's good stuff. Alright, we still got some time. We can do a few more maps here. And it looks like we got a spot open. Anybody that wants to join, feel free to hop on in. Right, what do we want? Yeah, we still got snakes. Let's just make it snakes, poison, and aura day. Cutting it a little close there, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Yeah, 70k is just really, really low for a mod, since it doesn't stack. If it was stacking, then it would do. 70k would be fine if you could stack it up. But only getting a 70,000 damage per second DPS boost out of a mod is not good. Alright, looking good. Get our flyer controlling up here. You have school tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Friday. I think everybody's got school. Oh, you're talking about for Dole? Getting Astroneer Twitter messages. It's about time for my next Astroneer playthrough. They've completely changed that game. It is completely reinvented over what it was. Let's see. Let's just put that down there as kind of a makeshift wall. Twinkie? People buying up Twinkie stuff? No! No! Yep, it's not Warframe. I can't climb walls. Mystic looks cool. What skin am I using on the Mystic? Oh, that's the Matrix skin. Or what the heck's it called? I can't remember the proper name of it. I think those skins were inspired by the Matrix. God, how can I not remember the name? Every hero's got one. Alright, Central, take it easy. Thanks for swinging by. Set it up however you want to play it, Navy. If you want to use abilities, you'll want to go ability power. If you want to melee or use the right click, then you'd want to go hero damage. Saying Viper's down. Which ones? Up top? Or no, these ones. Oh, they got hit by those baddies up top, huh? It's alright. We can sneak them in down here. It's a different game, see, Sunbake. You saw me going for that wall. I'll have to call myself busted there. When I fall off the wall on Warframe, I could climb the wall back up, you know? I can't do that in DD2. Plexus, yeah, that's it. How did I forget the name Plexus? Good lord. I'm using it on so many heroes. Just upgrade that top lane for the flyers and how do these sand vipers keep getting wrecked over here? Is it the kobolds wrecking them, or was somebody standing on them? I don't know. I've never had a problem with towers getting destroyed here, though. I'm just gonna leave it down. I mean, it's not required. Oh, ogre stomp. So somebody was standing near it. If you stand on the towers with ogres around, they're gonna get smashed. It was Twinkie, I bet. Twinkie doing one of these numbers. Kicking it on top of the tower. Doo 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 doo. There's a timer there, Moses. You can. I think it goes up to 6 minutes. So if your boss is stuck and you have nothing in your deck that can damage it, just wait it out. Eventually, it will. It'll go away. I'm 17 there, Nikon. I still got a ways to go. I actually have. I should hit 18. Well, I mean, depending on if I grind it out, I could hit 18 today. So I've got several new frames popping. They in the oven cooking. Several new frames cooking. That's terrible, Twinkie. I'm trying to upgrade Vang. Look at me. That's terrible. I can't spam upgrades on Vang. I got no juice. Out of juice. What are we doing over here? That lane seems to have been held up fine. No. Still there. It's been there for months. It just became more apparent in the last big update. Or the last big patch, I should say. Wasn't like a full-blown update. But there's been lane issues in Temple... in the Lost Temple ever since it released, since day one. It's just they became more apparent. No, I'm in Mayretha's clan there, Pandalicious. I'm in the Mayframe. I play with her quite a bit. So I just joined her clan. Roper Winfrey, what's up? Long time no see. I will probably always be in other people's clans. You know, the game's been out for a while. People have their clans developed. I mean, I couldn't even imagine going through and unlocking all that research. That right now, I just go there and spam buy blueprints, you know? Defense, I get them in defense missions like crazy while I'm leveling stuff up there, Enderboy. Just gotta pick the right difficulty tier. But yeah, that's what I get, so many of them. Yeah, I've done Hydron so many millions of times now, leveling up stuff and things that like I can't remember if it's Misa or Neo that drop in Hydron, but I've got like literally like 100 plus, 150, 200 of them sitting. I'm sure there's people with just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Getting some yellow mods. Baby steps. Baby steps in the right direction. Orange, yellow. Next comes green, right? That's really it, Elijah. Just play. You know, the more maps you do, the more defender medals you get. But always re-roll your dailies. If you get a low daily, always re-roll it. I mean, I re-roll mine even if they're not the very bottom. Like, I've probably got a daily sitting right now. Let me look. I'll look when we get into this next map here. I would bet you I got a daily sitting there, though. Let's see. Yep. God dang it. Nope, I don't. If I had one, I'd show you. But basically, there's a little reroll icon up there. If you get one of the low value dailies, just, it's gambling. You might not get a good one. But just add it in, you know, reroll that bad boy. Alright, let's grab a Skyguard again. There we go. You know what, instead of doing, I should do, since the snakes are limited as to how many targets they can hit, I'd be better off doing 2 PDTs and 1 snake, instead of 2 snakes, 1 PDT. Let's see, let's get a little Skyguard action. Put a little target dummy there. Can't squeeze one in the middle anywhere. I mean, I guess I could snake it. Just get 2 snakes to cover the whole enchilada there. Nah, Onslaught hasn't changed yet. Hopefully soon. Well, I mean, the next step was discussing Ancient Power, and they're supposed to discuss Ancient Power tomorrow. Not on a dev stream, but on a dev log. So there will be another post. I'll make a video, of course, about it tomorrow afternoon and get it up on the YouTubes. Right, we're going to have just a ton left over. I think I might throw some protons or something down, too. Poison snakes. Oh, I've always been a bit of a pet collector there, Vang. It's a shame the pets are not more special in DD2 than what they are. But I've always gotten all the pets. Like I said, I'm only missing one out of every pet that's ever been in the game. And it's that Sodium Champion, which was a RPG group pet, which they sell for a ton, so don't really have, you know. Remember the Harbinger, oh yeah. The most abused boss in DD2. The Harbinger got abused so badly due to experience grinders, and then when the Harbinger first released, the Harbinger released the same update as Dragolich came to the game, and let me tell you, Dragolich was ridiculously overpowered at the beginning. What the heck? I got 40 DU. I've only got 35. Alright, I'll have to wait till I get to 5 more DU, or 5 more green mana. I think we'll be good. Yeah, Tam, on YouTube Gaming, if you look at the URL, it's exactly the same, except it's gaming.youtube. Like right now, if you wanted to go to a live stream, or if you wanted to save a live streaming page, it would be gaming.youtube.com/MrJuicebags/live. Here, I'll enter it in the comments. That'll take you just to the default live streaming page. There should be a button. There used to be a button that you could switch over to YouTube Gaming right from chat. It used to be right in chat. But for some reason, it's no longer there. Oh, no problem there, Tam. Alright, now what did I want? I wanted another proton over here. Just for fun. Got so much DU on this map. Yeah, I agree there, tabletop. It definitely looks much prettier there. Or Tam. Cannot find it anymore. Can't find what? Let me look. Yeah, it took me over to it, no problem. Right, get my windows set back up here now. There we go. Alright, so what did we want? We got the the wave's still running. This map has a ton of enemies. Oh, the button. I gotcha. Yeah, it used to be right there. Like before, anytime I loaded onto a YouTube live stream, right at the top of chat, there would be a button that said, like, go night mode, switch to YouTube Gaming. And you just click the button and it took you to YouTube Gaming. But I haven't seen that in quite a while. Need the new content, really, Tam. I mean, unless there's something that gets requested, and nothing has really been requested in a long time. Somebody mentioned Sand Vipers earlier, so I'll probably end up doing a Sand Viper Hero Spotlight at some point. Probably today. Or I'll probably have it ready to go for tomorrow morning or something. Starting tomorrow, there's going to be an edited video hitting the channel every day at 6 a.m. Pacific time. I tried to make it a time that was, you know, it's not very friendly for the West Coast where I live, being 6 in the morning. But it's, you know, a friendly time for East Coasters or folks in Europe or wherever. A little late at night for Australia, too. But yeah, I haven't had too many guides requested lately. I mean, when the new content comes, there will be new guides, of course. But we need to get that new content. Nah, Piercer Servo does not work on rollers. Rollers don't have a shield for it to pierce. Rollers have straight damage resistance from the front and sides. But not only does the sweet spot do full damage on a roller, it actually does double damage. So as long as you're hitting the sweet spot, rollers are easy mode. Just go smash them. Smash them up. No news yet there, Nikon. Hoping, like I said, we're going to get more news tomorrow, but we don't know what that news is going to be. They teased that the news would include Ancient Power, which coming to Ancient Power, or what changes there would be. Yet we haven't gotten a full bit of news yet. I mean, we'll find out tomorrow. Like I said, there will definitely be a video on the channel, like a Friday news update video. We'll be there for certain. Tomorrow afternoon, early evening my time. Depends on when they put the devlog out. If they just put that devlog out on Friday nights, Yeah, I think the experience boost is here to stay, Ryan. I think it's good. I mean, it's buggy right now, is the problem with it, but as far as the basic concept, it's good. I mean, you should be rewarded more than just getting an extra legendary, some legendary items. I mean, for most of us now, or for most people that have put more than, say, a few hundred hours into the game, it's not a gear. Getting the gear is not that big of a deal anymore. It's about getting the mods. So all we're doing is looking through those legendaries, looking at the mods, and insta-selling it, you know? I've had the core at 1 HP before Seeds, but I've never been at 1 HP in 1. I have seen a core at 1 HP before. One of those moments when you wish you were recording. I had another one of those the other day in Warframe. I joined late into an Eidolon fight and make it over there. The last, you know, shooting the head is coming up. All the limbs are already broken off. And it was over by that pond with the geyser in the middle of it. And I got launched up into the air and came down on the Eidolon's head. And I had a shotgun equipped, and I shotgunned it down, riding on top of his head. And it was one of those moments that I know will just never happen again, and I wasn't recording. That would have been so awesome. But same thing with those clutch wins. You know, you get those clutch wins in any game. You know, you just wish you had some sort of recording of it so you could go back and watch it. We don't know, Robert. No news yet. That is the big question. I mean, all of us have questions as far as what is going to be included in the update, because we don't know even the half of it. We got little hints, like we know there's going to be changes to Ancient Power, we know there's going to be new maps and a new boss, but we just don't know really much else about the content to come. But the big question is when. Been too long. Has it been that long, Oblivious? Has it been too terrible? Alright, we got time for one more? Yeah, we do. Let's do another. Now, Infernal Combustors, on the other hand, I always look at because for some reason I am just so hooked on that weapon. It is just such an amazing looking weapon. I'll take a peek at that when we get to the next map, for sure. Let's see that combustor. Crappy one. What can you do? The crappy Infernal Combustors happen too. Uh-oh. I think we're gonna get the mana bug. Our fourth person get mana? Oh yeah, they did. Oh, pardon me, burping on y'all again. Do I even need that? Let's get those PDTs back out. Let's go. How much do we got here? We essentially got 200 DU per lane for the most part. So why don't we do just the standard spammer that I've been doing here. 3 flame auras, 1 snake, 2 PDTs. That's 200 DU, and it'll, in theory, it should just annihilate that lane. Now, like, this lane doesn't have the flyers, so I don't need to worry about it as heavy here, but I will put... Let's do something like this. Throw a little makeshift wall in as that obelisk. Get a PDT behind it. I run to that thing all the time, still seeds. I don't think I'll ever get over that, to be honest with you. Running over to get the mana in the chest. Omni gives me a hard time about it, quite frequently. Alright, now we got a ton of DU to spend here, so let's slap a Skyguard. Do we want 2 Skyguards? Why not? We got the DU for it. Let's do it. Let's go Skyguards and PDTs. Go with a PDT in the center too, just for good measure. That's 180. That's 6 flame auras. And I just don't need that many. So I guess we can get 1 more here, and then 2 snakes. Sound fair? Get the snakes over to the sides. Something like that. There we go. Get my gun witch back. Let's get gun witchy. Should be a steamroll, in theory. We will find out soon enough. Yeah, I don't miss it there, Pandalicious, for sure, but I do find myself walking over to those things quite frequently. Old habits die hard, you know? We doing good over here? Looks like it. How's all this holding up? Looks fine. Yeah, flyers are getting handled. I was a little worried about the flyers on this lane. Definitely going to need some upgrades on this lane. It's a boss lane anyway. So always good to have them upgrades on the boss lanes for sure. Good enough. It should work. How do you get the gold Dragolich? Currently, the only way to get one is to be a member of the RQA group for like 6 months. Not RPG, RQA. RQA is the escalated version of RPG. So to get one now, you would have to go through RPG, do some testing, build a little track record of responsibility and all that stuff. Then join RQA and probably be a member of RQA for 6 months or something like that. I'm using the Gunwitch build that's on the channel there, Miguel. Exclamation GW. It's a ability power build, basically. It's all ability powered, focused with healthy AP, and mana burn AP for mods on everything. It's a really super strong build. Ridiculously powerful. Like I said, I get 100+ million Ice Needle crits just left and right. Just wrecks everything. It's so good. That, and she's got double jump and can fly and can launch herself into the air. My god, we need more of that. We need more double jumpy launchy stuff. Just need to know when. Trendy likes keeping their secrets, you know? So, I mean, hopefully we find out when tomorrow. But I've been saying that for 3 to 4 weeks now. Every Thursday I've been saying, hoping we find out when tomorrow. So I'm trying not to get myself all hyped up about it. Because 4 weeks in a row I've been, oh, we don't know when. You know? It'd be nice if Trendy had more of a roadmap system like a lot of the bigger games do. And say, this is coming on this date, this is coming on this date, you know, but they just don't do that. Actually, we've got more visibility on what's to come right now than we have ever had. It used to be everything was a complete 100% mystery until the week, you know, the Friday before an update hit. We never knew anything, you know. At least now they give us little teasers of what's to come. Better than nothing for sure. Since I'm 17. Yeah, those days are long over there, Seeds. Long gone are the days of college. I went to college. I went to Colorado State. Started off at Georgetown. Then, because my mom worked there, I had kind of an in. Man, 246 Ks. Low substat. What's this one? Almost minimum substat. Jeez. Anyway, I started off in Georgetown, then moved to Southwest Missouri State in Springfield, Missouri. And then over to Colorado State. Can't sleep. Go to sleep there, Black. Got to get some sleep. I actually got more sleep today than I have in weeks, and it felt awesome. There was a bunch of updates going last night on various things. I actually was gonna do a video of what it looks like for a returning player coming back to DD2, and I was loading up the Xbox. Well, Windows had an update that popped right as I was getting ready to do it, so I got the Windows update started. Then I see there's a GPU update, which those are always big, so I got that started. Then I get the update going for DD2 on the Xbox, and then in the meantime, I load up my capture card software, and there's an update for it as well. So I just said to hell with it. I queued up all the updates to let them all run and went to bed. I liked the first one more as well there, Hurla. As far as Deadpool goes. I enjoyed Deadpool 1 more than 2. For certain. Anyway, everybody, that is going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for swinging by. Don't forget, tomorrow my daytime live stream is at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and it's on Twitch. So make sure you swing on over. I'm hoping we will have the dev blog to go over on stream, and it'll be right after Trendy Friday Fun, so we should get a little info then. So swing on by the Twitches tomorrow and say what up. That is my Twitch stuff right there. But thank you all an absolute ton. I really, really do appreciate you. And we'll see y'all soon. Like I said, live tomorrow at 1, and then there will be a... Well, you're late, Nakira. You're late. Right now, it's coming up on 5 p.m. for me, Bashar. I'm -7 GMT. So if you want to compare it to where you're at, that will give you... Oh, maybe. Is the bot broken? Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, I'm -7 GMT. So, and it's at 1 p.m. my time tomorrow on the Twitches. And then, like I said, starting tomorrow, every day at 6 a.m. Pacific time, there's going to be some edited content coming to the channel, 7 days a week. So I'm not going to take a day off with that. It'll be there every single day at 6 a.m. So thank you all an absolute ton. I really do appreciate you. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks again. Take it easy.